Welcome to Learn English Through Stories, where every story teaches and every word matters. Learn English. Live the story. Let's begin.
I almost didn't go. The night before the interview, I was staring at my ceiling, thinking of all the ways I could mess it up. I didn't feel ready. I didn't feel smart enough. And honestly, I didn't feel like I belonged in that room. But something in me whispered, just give it a shot. So I set my alarm, ironed my shirt twice, and printed my resume. 3 copies. Just in case. I didn't sleep well. My heart was racing by the time I stepped into the lobby. There were at least 10 other people waiting. All of them looked confident. Sharp suits. Smooth hair. Perfect posture. Meanwhile, my palms were sweating and I was rehearsing my introduction under my breath. Hi, I'm Daniel. Thank you for this opportunity. When they finally called my name, I stood up too fast and nearly knocked over the water dispenser. Yep. Great start. The interview room was colder than I expected, and quieter. 3 people sat across the table, the HR director, a woman in marketing, and the guy who didn't smile once. They introduced themselves. Then it was my turn. And I completely blanked out. No words. Nothing. Just silence. I took a breath. Then said, I'm Daniel, and I'm really happy to be here. Simple. But it worked. That little moment helped me break the ice. The HR director smiled. Tell us a little about yourself, she said. That's when it started to get better. I talked about how I taught myself English watching movies. How I helped a friend launch a small business online. I even joked that I Googled the company so much, your server probably flagged me. They laughed. Even the serious guy cracked a smile. I could feel the energy shift. I started to think on my feet. Then came the surprise question. Tell us about a time you failed, and what you learned. I froze. But then I remembered something from years ago. A group project in college that I completely dropped the ball on. I told them the truth. No sugarcoating. I said, I messed up. I didn't communicate. I learned that talent means nothing without teamwork. The room went quiet, but in a good way. After that, they asked about my skills, my goals, and why I applied. I kept it honest. I might not check every box, but I'm a fast learner. I show up. I care. It wasn't perfect. I stumbled once or twice. But I wasn't faking anything. And when I left the room, I didn't feel like I nailed it, but I didn't feel like I failed either. A week passed. No email. No call. I told myself, it wasn't meant to be. But then, on a rainy Thursday afternoon, my phone rang. Hi Daniel. We'd like to offer you the position. I had to check twice if I heard it right. I smiled, said thank you, and nearly dropped my phone. Later that night, I sat at the same desk where I once doubted everything. And I realized, sometimes the thing you fear the most, becomes the thing that changes everything. 3 weeks into the new job, I was still figuring things out. I kept a notebook with questions. I listened more than I spoke. I stayed after hours to help the marketing team finish a pitch. And honestly, I was still scared to mess up. But every time I felt unsure, I remembered that first day. How I didn't run away, how I stuck it out even when it felt impossible. One afternoon, the HR director, the same woman from the interview, stopped by my desk. She smiled and said, "Daniel, we have a new intern starting next week. I want you to show her around." I was surprised. "Me?" I asked. "Why?" She shrugged. "Because you get it. You've been there." The next Monday, I met Layla, nervous, quiet, holding her resume like it was a shield. I saw myself in her. We grabbed coffee, and I shared my story. Not the perfect version, the real one. "Everyone's scared," I told her. "The trick is to walk in scared, and do it anyway." She nodded slowly. I could tell she needed to hear that. On my way home that evening, I caught my reflection in a window. Same shoes. Same bag. Same face. But something had shifted. I had come full circle. We don't always know when we're growing. Sometimes, growth hides in fear, in sweat, in silence. But when you choose to try, even when it's hard, you learn that showing up is already half the battle. And that's how one shaky interview became the beginning of something solid. Not perfect, but real. And real is enough.
Key idioms you learned. Give it a shot, try something, even if you're unsure. Blank out, forget everything suddenly under pressure. Break the ice, make people feel more comfortable in a tense situation. Think on your feet, respond quickly and intelligently. Drop the ball, make a mistake by not doing something important. Mess up, make a mistake. Stick it out, keep going even when it's difficult. Come full circle, return to where you started, but with growth. Useful expressions and phrases. I might not check every box, a natural way to express you're not perfect, but you're still qualified. It wasn't meant to be, a casual way to accept disappointment or rejection. Everyone's scared. The trick is to walk in scared. And do it anyway, a powerful motivational line that teaches resilience and emotional expression in English. Thanks for watching this episode from Learn English Through Stories, where every story teaches, and every word matters. If you learned a new expression or idiom today, give this video a like. Leave a comment to share your favorite part or what you'd like to learn next. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new story. See you in the next one.